So in preparation for the World Water Day, Nigeria faces worsening floods, dirty waterways, shrinking water sources. What does a practical climate resilience approach to community water management actually look like?
When you talk of the issue is that when you go to communities and you talk of some of these things, number one, well, people say natural disasters.
Yes.
I'm not of them
They're
that
not
agree
natural.
that many of these things are natural disasters. That's one. Many of them, when you get to the community, they think it is the gods are angry with them. Do you understand? But I remember my supervisor in school used to say, environment does not forgive and it does not forget.
That's
So
true.
these things come because of anthropogenic, our actions, what we are doing to the environment without thinking about the repercussion. That's what happens. So what usually we do when we get to the communities, or what we advise, is number one, you have to create awareness. If you don't create awareness, let them internalize what is happening. Let them think about it, that okay, it is because we did this, we poured water here, and so we have to step on wet ground. This is what is happening. And when they think about it, then at times when we get to the community, I ask them, when you're talking about biodiversity conservation, for example, say, when last did you see, what were the animals you used to see in this community before? They say, we used to have this, we used to have this. So when last did you see it? Then they start thinking, 10 years, 20 years, okay. The hunters that used to go to the forest to kill this, are they still in that business? Then they say no. I say, okay. So are you putting it together that it is not the gods that are angry with you?
We are.
So I think where to start is create awareness. And there is no end to creating awareness, because in fact, you have people that you talk to today, the next time you come, it will be another set of people. So that awareness creation is very, very important. When you create awareness, it can lead to a paradigm shift in their mindset. Okay, it is different from they said we should not, to we have to do this, or we have to stop this, because they are now aware of the impact of their actions on the environment, which is also coming back to them anyway. And then, which I used to say that, the people that are closest to the environment, and of course we're talking in terms of flood and all that now. When the flood happens, who is the first victim? Who are the first victims? They are the ones. And when they are throwing these things to the gutters, when they are mismanaging the environment. So I used to say that they are the first victims and the first the first culprit and the first victim of these things. And so when you make them to think about this, at times the solution will even come from them. Then of course, when you are creating awareness, you also have it at the back of your mind that many of them, they don't have the wherewithal to address some of these issues. So you have to empower them to be able to do just like what you did in your project. You have to empower them, provide them with the basic things that they need to be able to. And what we do to make sure, to ensure that these things are sustainable, is that if we take, for example, maybe just 20, 50 people and train, and you are able to convince them, change their paradigm shift about it, and you are able to enable them to be able to start something, then we tell them it is your responsibility to train others, to teach others, to create awareness with others. And so by that, the awareness is spreading, efforts, of course, the ripple effect we all see. So coming back to flooding and what you asked about, we have to let them know the impact of their action on the environment. It's actually growing. I mean, of course, government is taking its own effort. The communities also are making efforts to ensure that no, we experienced it before, we don't want to experience that again. So we have to create awareness, empower them, and of course, when they are empowered, they are able to do some things on their own. The result will be evidence for everybody to see. And then, of course, we now ask government to back it up with policy.
Thank you so much, man. That was really great. And of course, if we allow ourselves to follow in line with this recommendation that you highlighted, man, it would really change a lot for us.
Exactly.
To change a lot. So, from your work, where do you see the clearest link between poor water management and water insecurities in Nigerian communities?
Of course, poor water management. Again, many years back, I don't think anybody, not many people, if you have people that say it again, they say natural resources. they are infinite. They don't finish. But now we have been told you don't need a scientist now
to tell us.
tell you that they are not. So even in issue of security, it's connected to water.
True.
And when there is poor water management, everybody pays for it. The young pays for it, the old pay for it, the men pay for it, the women pay for it. And so it is important for people to know that if you are, and I always say, if anybody in every this thought, this philosophy, if we call it like that, if you apply it to any, you can apply it to any area of life. Whatever action I'm taking now, what will be the impact down the line? If people think of the future, even those that they don't, in quotes, don't know, if they think, everybody has the capacity to think, right? Even if you don't go to the 4 walls of the university of school, you have the capacity to think that if I do this, what will be the impact going down the next month, the next year, the next years to come? What is likely to be the outcome of what I am doing? I'm sure people will now think that no, the small water we have to do something about it. We have to address it. We have to even ration it. You know, I think issue of development and maybe governance in a wrong way also have affected people. Because some of these things, traditional knowledge, when you get to some of these communities, it's not that they don't have traditional knowledge on how to address some of these things, but politicians have come and dashed them money and make them to forget all the things that they used to do before. It is when you are now thinking now, oh, these things are not as we are made to believe it is. Then they start thinking, okay, we have to do this, we have to do that. So in terms of water management and poor, what do you call the question?
Poor waste
management. When they throw things to the drain, well, environment does not forget. It does not forgive. You, whatever you throw to it, it's throwing it back. Exactly. And when it's throwing it back, we will all be crying foul, not knowing that it is what we have done. So poor water management, obviously, will affect sustainability, water availability, security, social cohesion, economic issues. Everything will be affected. So it's very important for people to, think inward and take the necessary action.
That's so true, man. That's so true. You mentioned shrinking water around the world, especially on this part of the world, this planet, this continent, Africa, where we find our water bodies continue to shrink, and the little ones available, just as you also mentioned, people dump things in these rivers and make those water bodies quite unusable. So you can't use them for domestic purposes, neither can we use them for industrial purposes. And when we have some of these sewage pipes also passed into these water bodies, it makes it. Thank you so much for.
There was a particular project site in between Juse and Nguru, Yobe, and what's the name of it? This after Kano, sorry, because we travel by road from Kano to Nguru, Yobe State, and at a particular point, a farmer, went and diverted a whole river. A whole river that the whole community, is one community, many communities depend on. But because he wants to farm, he went and diverted the course of the river to his farm for one person's benefit. That's poor water management. Exactly. And then they start fighting and you're like, why are they fighting? People don't have water to use again. Exactly. That will be revolt.
Exactly, ma. You're very correct. I've heard scientists and politicians, especially those that are environmental conscious, talk about that the next world war will be war on water, and we are beginning to see how people fight over water, especially being a natural resource. We appreciate your perspective on this. It is for real a practical fix to the issues that we have at hand. If a community came to you today with a polluted stream and a flooding problem, no government support, you've told us a whole lot already, but what would you tell them to do first?
What I would tell them is that they should, if you don't know where the problem is starting from, there's no way you can fix it. So let's first of all know where the problem is starting from. And if they are able to come up with, that's why when people submit proposals to our office for support, where is the problem? Where is the problem starting from? How? Who? What? And all those W's, you ask the questions. When you're able to articulate those things and analyze and get to the bottom of the issue, then of course to devise solutions to it will not be difficult. So it is important, first of all, community come with polluted water. How did you arrive at polluted water? What happened? If it is they are the one causing it, then the simple, you know, the solution. If it is upstream that is coming, then you know what to do. If it is maybe some intruders, exactly. There is a project that is ongoing in River State on issue of polluted water like this. It is the company that is pumping all its waste into that place. They have their social and environmental safeguards or whatever that they're supposed to do, but they are not implementing. So the idea now is, okay, what do you do? Do advocacy, engage them. You cannot fight people. There's a limit to which communities can even fight and get whatever. Do they have the wherewithal to even fight?
Especially all these multinationals.
Exactly. So it's to engage them and appeal to their reasoning and all that. And if there is even, we're not saying cut it immediately, but at least reduce it gradually and gradually, then you can find. So it's that you have to identify where the problem is coming from before you can devise the solutions.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah. That's so true. And lastly, as we mark World Water Day 2026, what one action would you ask every Nigerian at home, at work, in their neighborhood to commit to starting today?
Be responsible. I think that's be responsible.
Yeah, I think that is.
It is to water.
Yes,
I tell people that if I pick this thing from this table, how will it affect her? How will it affect her? How will it affect you? When I think like that, it will affect what I will do with this thing. So if it is water, you are the only one. Even if you say I don't care what happens to other people, that I don't care will come back to you. Because if the water is no longer there, then everybody, you are waiting for people, you say I don't care if they die, let them die. You yourself that you are doing it, eventually it will come back to you. And then so it is important for people to be responsible and just review their action, whether it's environment, anywhere. This advice can even be applied, like I said, to any area of life. Ask yourself, if whatever I am doing, how is it affecting other people? And don't ever think that whatever you will do even in the secret, to nature, God has created nature. I believe in God so much. God has created nature in balance. Any action we take to disrupt that balance, we are the one that will pay for it. And that is what is happening. And either in Nigeria, either in the community, globally, everywhere, that's what is happening. So people will just need to, the good book says, keep it and tend it. It did not say use it and destroy it. I mean, that's what the book I read, the Bible I read says. So God did not create things for us to destroy. So he said we should take care of it. And when they say take care of it, that means you have to be responsible. Unfortunately, people don't think that if they don't do the right thing, they are the one. Even the creator is not the one that will suffer for it. We are the ones suffering for it, as you see now. So that is my little.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much.
And it's also the month I wanted to say. World Water, right?
Yes, Water
Day, Recycling Day.
World Recycling
and
Day.
And it is this month that is the month of the women. International Women
exactly.
Day. So,
International Women's Day. IWD.
I always say that, see, I had the privilege of talking to some women over the weekend and make a presentation to them that if you train a woman, you are training a nation. If women are adequately recognized their roles and responsibilities, even the security situation will be addressed. It will be addressed because it is women that give birth to those people that are becoming nuisances.
And I remember how our mothers handled those things.
Exactly. So these are the things that everything is connected in one way or the other. Whether it is water, whether it is recycling, whether it is women, everything is. And we know that women are the natural managers of everything, of the earth. Just change a woman. It took a woman to change the whole world right side down, and it took a woman to change the whole world right side up.
That's true. Thank you so much for having us, and thank you so much for doing us the honor
to
speak to us today.